From the shined-up PR-friendly personas to the intense parasocial relationships we cultivated as children, it may come as a shock when we find out that the celebrity we daydream about hanging out with turns out to have a bit of a dark past. It's more common than you think because this is a part 2 video of our top 10 celebrities exposed for being mean girls, but I think the phrase mean girls fits more than just people who identify as girls. The term has, in my opinion, transcended gender, so you might see a few boys on the list too. In fact, at number 10 is comedian Jerry Seinfeld. The most brilliant and iconic comedic minds in history, Jerry's bad attitude has become just as notorious. The Seinfeld star is on his best behavior during his show Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. However, his personality is obviously very different when he's not amongst friends, and especially when the cameras are no longer rolling. There have been many accounts of Jerry being pretty rude to interviewers, talk show hosts including Seth Meyers and the late Larry King, and fans. One fan in particular being the 2010 pop star Kesha. The singer once asked for a hug on a red carpet, and although no one is entitled to a hug, he was most definitely allowed to turn her down, but the way he did it was a bit excessive, turning to a nearby interviewer claiming he didn't know who she was, which would mean he must have been asleep for the entirety of the early 2000s. Although it's never great to be known as a mean guy, but I guess it's understandable for someone as famous as Jerry to have a bit of a diva persona. Coming in at number 9 is world famous chef and TV personality Rachael Ray. Fans and audience members complain that the bubbly cook may seem to actually keep her personality on a low simmer in real life. A former audience member of Rachael Ray's TV show claims the famous chef isn't quite so warm in person. In a review on TripAdvisor, the person claimed when she came out to greet the audience, she was cold, even seemingly annoyed that she had to do the show. She complained, she rolled her eyes, she was not at all the perky, spunky personality we've come to know on her show. As well, a slew of fellow celebs, including fellow foodies Martha Stewart and the late Anthony Bourdain, have revealed that Rachael isn't amazing to be around and is in fact quite rude. Not just humans, but dogs as well have turned on the celebrity cook after her dog food brand was revealed to contain synthetic ingredients despite her initial claims that it was all natural. And coming in at number 8 is Megan Fox. Megan is ripped apart constantly for her attitude on sets, and I want to say first and foremost that the sheer amount of times she's been called out seems less like a coincidence and more like a deliberate attack on her character. Because of her apparent difficulty to work with, she was infamously replaced after the second Transformers film. Megan snapped back at this allegation, defending herself and calling the director Michael Bay the difficult one and was apparently a nightmare to work with. Crew members proving loyalty to Bay anonymously came forward against Megan and agreed that she was hard to work with and rude to multiple of her co-workers. The tumultuous relationships between the two led Megan to be replaced by Rosie Huntington-Whiteley in the third film of the franchise. At number 7 is Azealia Banks. Banks is the mean girl, or more truthfully, Azealia is just a straight up bully. More times than not, she has an Instagram story posted where she's reaming out some unknowing celebrity for something so vague they probably can't make out what she's even talking about. As well, the rapper has been suspended from Twitter many times, in one instance because of her series of absolutely vile, homophobic, and racist attacks against Zayn Malik. The rapper used abusive and brash language in her rant, even calling the former One Direction star a few slurs. This was all in the name of what she thought was stolen concepts from one of her videos to use in his clip for Like I Would. This wasn't Banks' first rodeo with Twitter beef, because back in 2014, Iggy Azalea was also at the receiving end of a bizarre racially fueled tirade of the controversial rapper. She called out Iggy for staying quiet on the Black Lives Matter issues, calling her an igloo Australian, and accusing her for not standing up for other important issues, which I guess she could be correct about. At number 6 is the original diva herself, Mariah Carey. If she's not arguing with producers or forcing hotels to roll out red carpets for her, then she's sparking a feud on social media or in the press. Mariah holds one of the longest running celebrity feuds in the common era with her fellow singer Jennifer Lopez. Beginning in the early 2000s, Mariah was asked about other singers during an interview, and she described Beyonce as a good writer, but when asked about J-Lo, the Christmas queen responded with, "I don't know her," and she's continued to repeat that infamous line ever since. Though more recently, Jennifer has taken a more mature approach to this beef, showing that the whole feud is probably one-sided and coated with jealousy on Mariah's part. When asked by Wendy Williams what she thinks about Mariah saying she doesn't know her, J-Lo replied by saying, "She does that. She's forgetful, I guess." In recent years, Mariah has added a second pop girlie to her hate roster with Ariana Grande, who appears to be her natural-born rival. Fans have compared the singers for years, which Ariana has called a compliment, though clearly Mariah does not share this opinion. With rumors of her nasty comments often becoming headlines, it caused fellow pop star Demi Lovato to weigh in, slamming Mariah for her attitude towards other singers. Demi has said that Jennifer Lopez keeps it classy, but I'm not afraid to say it, that woman is mean for no reason. Extremely talented? Yes. Superhuman? Possibly. Unnecessarily rude? Absolutely. We've known Mariah Carey has had this feisty attitude for her entire career, and I think if she switched up now, it wouldn't even make sense for her brand. At our midway point, we have Naomi Campbell coming in at number 5. The super famous 90s supermodel Naomi Campbell has had her fair share of controversies about her violent and rude behavior. One of her infamous tantrums was in 2007 when she threw a phone at her maid's head. She was also involved in other assaults where she was accused of being physically violent with staff and law enforcement. There has also been a decades-long running rift between Naomi and fellow model Tyra Banks, and both ladies have definitely had their time in the limelight of scandal. Naomi took it upon herself to set the record straight and posted an article to her Instagram about how Tyra was the mean girl, not her. Yeah. Real nice girl behavior there, I'd say. And at number 4 is the wonderful Rihanna, and it hurts me a bit to put someone so fantastic on this list, but hey, it shows that we all have our moments. In 2014, Rihanna was accused of cyberbullying a 16-year-old fan named Alexis Carter. Alexis Carter had made an appearance at a Hollywood-themed prom in Baltimore with a similar dress as Rihanna and posted a picture on social media. She decided on this outfit to pay homage to the star, but Rihanna didn't respond with the same respect, and more so with jokes. Rihanna went to Twitter to post herself wearing the outfit alongside the girl with the caption IG and real life and a sad emoji, and then in another picture tweeted a few minutes later to her 35 million followers, Rihanna posted a photo of the teen next to a bat-like logo of the Wu-Tang Clan, and she also retweeted the hashtag prombat. Now our number 3 spot goes to Jesse Eisenberg. Now Eisenberg has made it clear that he is indeed a little awkward when it comes to human interaction, but the claim can only excuse her poor behavior for so much. During an interview on Say My Name, the Vivarium actor was straight up rude to Romina Puga. Jesse makes a number of critiques to Puga's interview style, jokingly accusing her of having basic interview questions written and of her being on his time when she tells him to hurry up. He had at one point during the interview told Romina to cry after the interview. The clip went viral on Twitter, which led many watchers calling him out for being quite mean, rude, and obnoxious. Although Eisenberg has an obvious dry style of humor, Romina shared how his insults and comments hurt her. However, Jesse has addressed the accusations of being a jerk to the journalist, saying, "I remember she was laughing. Even after I left, I said to the people in the room, what a relief. Like, that was the most funny, interesting interview I had all day, and that all the backlash felt completely opposite to the energy he had thought he was creating in the room." Our runner-up on this list is Tina Fey, who is actually a self-described former mean girl. Taking accountability is always great. The SNL comedian says that she was a Regina George growing up, which she now admits was not a good look. Fey said to Net-a-Porter magazine that "I was the mean girl, I admit it openly. That was a disease that had to be conquered. It's another coping mechanism." It's a bad coping mechanism, but when you feel less than, which in high school everyone feels less than everyone else for different reasons, in your mind, it's a way of leveling the playing field. Though of course, it's not. Saying something terrible about someone does not actually level the playing field. Even these days, Faye admits to still feeling a little surge of fear whenever she spots a younger mean girl out and about, clearly having had more than enough inspiration when writing the 2004 hit comedy Mean Girls. She said to the aforementioned publication, "If I met a girl of 14 or 15 today who is that kind of girl, I am secretly in my body afraid, even though I'm 45. And honestly, I sort of relate to her on this. But I've also been a teenage girl before, and I know they're probably more scared of me than I am of them." And last but not least, the number 1 spot on our list goes to Michael Myers, the comedian and not the murderer. After a successful ride on SNL, starring in multiple thriving movie franchises, including but not limited to Shrek and Austin Powers, he's become a household name. However, as of late, the actor has fallen out of the limelight, along with a bit of a fall from grace. Many co-stars and crew have coined him as a total diva. As much as his personality on screen may seem lighthearted and fun, Amy Hill, Mike's Cat in the Hat co-star, revealed in an interview with the AV Club that working with the man was miserable. Apparently he kept everyone waiting and even had someone feed him chocolates on set. Hill also claimed that Myers didn't like anyone looking at him on set, saying he had his handlers dress his trailer and his area was all covered with tenting because he didn't want anybody seeing him. Hill claimed of the actor, who she also called a little hermit. She added, "It was so weird, it was just the worst." Honestly, this may have started as a case of Myers being a bit of a mean girl, but I think there may be some bigger issues at play. Well, this is our list of the top 10 celebrities exposed for being mean girls part 2. Let us know who you think we missed in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.